guys, it's Gamer Ahmer here. So today I have another video, and as you can tell, I added another video game kiosk to the game room. Not entirely sure where this thing is going to go, but for the price I could not pass it up, and this is around my 20th video game kiosk added to the game collection. So let's go ahead and check this out. So if you guys have seen any of my videos, you know that I have tons of video game kiosks in my game room. I have tons of store displays, standees, just so much stuff in the game room. I just really love the history and preserving all of this stuff as best as I can, and a lot of these kiosks have such great memories with me, and this one in particular is made by a company called Kidspace. And they were around back in the day. They're actually still around, and they do make more modern style kiosks for hospitals and things like that. Well, this one in particular was actually around the time that they had these Kidspace kiosks in McDonald's, where you would play your Nintendo 64 or your GameCube games. And I just loved going to McDonald's. We actually used to have birthday parties at McDonald's in the little play areas. And everyone would either play the video games, you'd play in the little ball pit, and that whole little interactive area there. So this just brings back so many memories, and this is actually not my first Kidspace kiosk in the game room. So I do have a blue Nintendo 64 Kidspace kiosk, and this right here, I actually got this owner's manual and installation guide when I purchased that kiosk. I spent around $100 or so on that kiosk, and this one right here, I'm actually really excited because this one is actually featured right in this little catalog here. So we'll go ahead and flip to this page. So this is actually called the A series of this particular kiosk. You could have ordered it with a Nintendo 64 and other various systems in here. There's a whole back page on here where you can go ahead and pick out your different models. You can pick the full-size versions, which this one is, and this one actually has an Xbox system in there. So I was pretty excited. Even though I already have an Xbox kiosk, this one is a different model, a different style, and it shouldn't be too difficult to go ahead and change this out and add some other systems in that little kiosk. So this one over here, the B series, is what I already have in the game collection. You can pick your different colors. So mine is actually blue. It's still missing the little picture that goes at the bottom, as is this one here. But this one is a part of this A series, this large metal style kiosk. This is a full-size one, not just a tabletop. And right here, it even shows in the back a little purchasing guide. So of course, anytime that I see these, I usually try to help out people on these particular kiosks. So we'll go ahead and try and see how much this one costs. So if you go over here, it actually has Series A. It says system available. You have the Sony PlayStation 2, Nintendo GameCube, or the Microsoft Xbox. Includes dual controllers, found on page 10 of brochure. So this is Series A, and then of course this is A108, where it has the Xbox included. So a grand total of what this would have cost back then was $2,995. So this one in particular was actually at a dental office kind of nearby to where I live. So the gentleman actually acquired this from the dental office. He said that he does tons of auctions and things like that, where he goes out and he just tries to get some of these items, and he'll either flip some or just keep some. So this one was one that he was looking to get rid of. So I noticed that this one came with the original TV. It's actually missing a little sign at the top that would have said Kidspace, but I can go ahead and get one made for the Xbox or whichever system I decide to put in this unit itself. But since it came with the Xbox, I will most likely go ahead and keep that complete, since it already has these two little controllers on here and it's just ready to go. It did actually come with a different Xbox system in here. So back there you'll see that there is a sign that says Kidspace. And then it did come with a black model of the original Xbox, but I decided to put this one in here as this one is very clean, everything works on it, and I wanted to go ahead and clean the other model one before I stuck it back in the kiosk, as I don't want to do any more damage or anything. It could just be a simple little fix of just cleaning it up, as some of the stuff wasn't reading very well because it's possibly dirty, just like a lot of the games that did come with it. So I am very excited to add this one to the collection. I did not know how large this little kiosk was, and this is definitely pretty sweet. It is probably a little bit smaller than my original Xbox kiosk. Definitely does not have the bass going like that one, but there is an option to go ahead and turn up the sound. It did not come with these little keys right here, or at least I didn't find them, so they still might be in here. But this did come from a dental office. With COVID and everything else, they weren't actually able to have this on the floor anymore, as all of the restrictions and everything else, they actually don't allow kids to be playing this if people aren't there to actually wipe it down in between use. But these were all the rage back then. Going to your dentist office, just playing tons of video games, going to McDonald's and playing those video games, and just having a blast. I would love to find some of those particular ones and add those to the collection. But I think I do have an actual spot where I'm going to put this kiosk, but I just really wanted to show this thing off and just get a couple close-up shots of this for anyone who is referencing this particular model right here. I do get asked a lot about these Kidspace Interactive kiosks and everything else, and I do have the full-size manual right here and everything else included. So this is definitely pretty sweet, and this definitely comes in handy. So, of course, when I saw this posted on Facebook Marketplace, it was actually posted around midnight, and when I woke up early, I saw that it was listed. I quickly messaged the person because this was posted for only $75, and I knew that it would fit perfectly in my vehicle, and I knew that it possibly came apart. So this top part actually does detach from the bottom. There are some bolts and stuff that you can put it back, so I will definitely have to do that once I anchor it wherever it's going to go. And I think I'm going to go ahead and put it next to the couch where I kind of have my PlayStation 3 kiosk, which is incomplete. So I'll probably put this there, and hopefully it'll fit. Definitely bring some fun to that little area in the game room. And I'm just so thrilled because it came with an original system, which I have to get fixed. It did come with the controllers, it came with the television, all of the wires, and it came with several games. So there's one of those Namco Museum games, there's one of those Outrun racing games, there's some other racing style games, there's some Finding Nemo, and some NFL style games. So all of that was included, but I'd like to actually get everything resurfaced before I go ahead and put it into all of the systems here. So, do you guys have these kiosks around you? Have you seen any of these other kiosks for sale? Do you actually own any of these particular Kidspace ones in your collection? And do you think these things are pretty cool? Do you remember actually playing with them back in the day, whether it be at a dental office or at McDonald's or anything like that? Just let me know in the comments below. And of course, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead and check out my other videos and stay tuned for more.